Belinda and HarperAudio Australia present this unabridged recording of The Whisperer's War, written by Jackie French and read by Edwina Wren. To Lisa and Julia, thank you for sending me time-travelling again to write about royal myths and secrets, so stubbornly kept for over 100 years. Prologue. Claverton Castle, 30 September 1938. Fish pie, a delicate dish for an invalid. Ingredients: potato topping, 6 boiled potatoes, 2 steamed carrots, 8 tablespoons best butter, 6 tablespoons new cream, 6 tablespoons finely chopped chives. Fish: 1 white fish the length of a man's foot, 1 cup white wine, 4 tablespoons cream, 3 tablespoons chopped parsley, 3 bay leaves, juice 1 lemon, tablespoon corn flour. Method: mash the potato topping ingredients together, simmer fish with wine, cream, parsley and bay leaves for 5 minutes. Remove the fish skin, head and bones. Mix the lemon juice with the corn flour. Add to the now cool fish and simmer till thickened. More liquid may be needed for a larger fish. Place the fish and its sauce in a dish. Top with potato. Bake till brown on top. Lady Amelia Claverton, 1892.
A bloody peace treaty?
Deanna could hardly hear the Duke's trembling voice over the BBC static.
The only thing this treaty has won is war with Germany within a year. Chamberlain's a blithering idiot.
Dusty lifted his shaggy head, startled. The rest of him stretched along the hearth to absorb the warmth of the tiny fire, crouched like a small cat in the giant fireplace of Claverton Castle's kitchen, the only room now occupied despite the shabby vastness beyond. He sniffed hopefully at the fish pie his master had failed to eat. Dusty, no. Deanna woke up from her nap in the armchair next to the Duke's, just as Dusty's tongue reached the potato topping. She removed the tray from her grandfather's lap. He'd moved there weeks earlier, in the only room they could manage to heat. Dusty sighed. He settled his nose back on the hearthrug as Deanna blinked herself properly awake. Her grandfather's cough had worsened as the cancer tore through his lungs. She'd had little sleep during her vigil the previous night, as he sipped morphia and vomited blood on her shoulder, and a long, hard day already.
Only a few days to go now, the doctor had said,
with the vague helplessness of a man who wished he could do more. The dream had come again in this afternoon's nap. It was the dream she'd had since childhood, walking between cliffs as a sunlit stream snaked over the stones at her feet. Once through those cliffs there'd be safety, but no matter how often the dream came to her, she could never find her way through. Maybe that's because there is no safety to be found in the world, she thought, even here at Claverton Castle. 20 years after the Great War, England was again on the brink of combat as Adolf Hitler invaded country after country to create the Greater Germany. London's office windows had been sandbagged. Air raid trenches were dug in public parks. Britons queued for hours for ration books and gas masks. Even the keepers at London Zoo had their firearms ready in case bombs freed lions or leopards to terrorise the city. But she'd had the dream long before the threat of war. The fashionable Freudians would say it had something to do with sex, but then they said that about everything. She couldn't understand the fuss about sex. She'd never felt desire for a man nor a woman either. Time was better spent cooking a good apple pie, sewing a dress to last a lifetime, or watching an eagle swoop down to grab a rabbit, then use the updraft to soar up without a single flap of its wings. That was interesting. Yet the limited convolutions of 2 bodies seemed as fascinating to most people as war and sport. At least one could dodge football matches. There seemed little chance of avoiding war. She picked up her needle and returned to sewing what would be the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?